Good morning, dear hearts. We're at lesson 17, obviously a continuation of yesterday's lesson of I have no neutral thoughts. Well, today I see no neutral things. So this is really important, and I actually talked about this yesterday. I mentioned it, and now the lesson is really mentioning it as well, that regardless of how we believe the world works, that we think we see something and then we have the thought about it. It's actually the other way around, that we have the thought and then we see it. And sometimes the lessons give us almost little throwaway lines, like it just says something, but it doesn't really go into detail yet. It will. And in this instance, it says that if it was not so, that we have the thought first and then we see it, that perception would have no cause, because perception doesn't come from seeing. Perception comes from thinking. So, and then this lesson, it's wonderful because it has another, as I would say, throwaway, and I mentioned it last year when I recorded this lesson, that, you know, we're supposed to look around and say, I do not see a neutral this because I don't have neutral thoughts about that. It says specifically, I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. Obviously, if this is not your first time going through the lesson and the lessons, the workbook, you know that there's a lot more yet to come with that concept, that I have no neutral thoughts about bodies. And even now, you know, before we get into the whole I am not a body, which comes much later towards the end of part 1 of the workbook, I know I'm not neutral about bodies, and the world is constantly showing this to me, because especially right now, there is a lot of non-neutrality around bodies and a lot of illness that is being reported around bodies. And so it's very likely that my thoughts around illness and bodies catching illnesses, not neutral. But again, this will be, more will be revealed, as a friend of mine always says. This lesson also tells us that the truth is that one of the reasons we have no neutral thoughts is that right now we really don't have any real thoughts. That anything that we look at, whether we see it as happy and joyous, we're still not having real thoughts about it, because, as it said in one of the previous lessons, that even what we see as happy and joyous is just a faint shadow of what will be revealed later on as we retrain our minds into the awareness of our true connection with the one mind. And that's our goal. That's our ultimate goal through all of this that we're doing, to reconnect, or remember really, because we are always connected, but we have forgotten that we are. So to remember, rejoin with that one mind of God. Until then, I see no neutral things because my mind is not whole. I have no neutral thoughts. My mind is not whole. But we'll get there. That's it for today. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please let me know if this helped. And please be here tomorrow as we continue this amazing path. Namaste.